Welcome to another AllTerra Central technical video. Today we're going to be looking at Trimble Access, specifically how to leverage web feature services and web map tile service layers in Trimble Access. We might want to do this perhaps to stake out to a feature or perhaps for background purposes so that we can have parcels or address points or other types of data at our disposal in the field from our GIS data source, whether it be public or private. Let's get into the video. So here we're looking at a REST service, specifically with the city of McAllen, Texas, and we're looking at their directory of all of their Esri feature services or REST services. Here we see at the top some imagery, and we'll also have a series of vector layers below. Let's go ahead and focus on the water meters for this particular example. So we're going to click on the water meters feature server. And once we get into there, we're going to see the properties as well as the URL at the top, which is what you're going to want to copy and paste into Trimble Access when we create that web map in Trimble Access. Now we're in Trimble Access. We're going to create a new job. We're going to call it City of McAllen Meters and Imagery Test. And we're going to confirm our coordinate system as well as our linear units. And you notice that we've got 3 layers here. We're going to actually click on that 3 and set it to none, because I've previously built these and we want to start over here. So now that we've selected none and created the job, we can click on our layers on the left, click on Web Maps, and say New. Here we're going to go ahead and give it a name and a service type. And the service type is going to be a web feature service. For the sign-in method, it's actually none because it's publicly available. Now we're going to confirm the coordinate system. We're selecting NAT 83 2011, latitude, longitude, and we're going to click OK, test, and OK, and save. Next, it shows us the 3 layers involved, and we want to zoom into the area of interest so we can try to download the meters only for the area of interest. Once we hit start, you'll see the downloading happening. And you can see in this example, there's actually quite a few features. So you can load quite a bit of data into here without too much trouble at all. Once the data is loaded in here, you don't need to be on the internet. If we save here, now it updates the map, and those are now saved in our job file here in Trimble Access. If we click on the checkbox here to indicate with a dotted box, that will label those water meters, and it will also make those selectable so that we could stake or navigate to those features. Now let's say that we want to stake out. So if we clicked on a point here, close out that window by hitting accept, we now have a blue stakeout button in the bottom right. Obviously, water meters isn't the best stakeout example, but it still gets the point across that you could navigate to that meter accurately so long as that meter was collected accurately. Pan around here, you'll see them label. If you want to turn off the labels, again, you can go to the layer list and turn off that dotted box. Now let's go ahead and add a web map tile service to add imagery into our map. So we're going to call this 2023 Imagery. And the service type is going to be a web map tile service. For the URL, we're going to go ahead and paste in and go back to the REST service link for the 2023 Imagery map server. And if you notice, there's a WMTS here. We're going to click on that. That is the web map tile service. And that URL is what we're going to copy and paste. So we'll copy that, come over to Access, paste it in the URL, sign in method none, accept, OK after the test. And for the coordinate system, we're going to go ahead and say that it's a base layer. And we can go ahead and hit test. Now, because this is a base layer, being in Web Mercator isn't terribly bad. Really, the imagery is just for reference. So now coming back to our layers, if we toggle on the imagery, you'll now see that in favor of the Trimble web maps. So now we can see their imagery. Now we turn it off. That is the Trimble imagery. Now we turn it back on. You can see that there again. So there might be a good reason to pull in your imagery in here if you need to. Lastly, you'll notice on the bottom right the auto update. You will want to have that on so that things auto update as you pan and zoom around the map. So that's going to complete our technical video today. Hopefully it was useful for you, and hopefully now it's very clear on how to use web feature layers and web map tile services within Trimble Access. Thanks for joining us again for another technical video.